I think to keep it peace in between.
Peace for who? Peace for men?
Peace for everyone
What do you mean peace for everyone?
in a family.
So women have to keep the peace for everyone in a family. That's their task.
They are more capable.
If his peace is coming at the cost of my peace, then how is that peace?
Her sanity. Do you not think she would just be more sane if she just never got involved with that man in the first place?
When women say that men are good, they're literally grading them against other men, and it's so easy to be a good man. Listening to this conversation is so like, I mean, even for me as a man, but like it is like validating for me because when I'm listening to it, all I'm thinking is like, yeah, this is exactly what, like this is exactly what's going on in relationships. The only disconnect, right, which is a huge one, but the only disconnect is you'll hear when the mother is talking, she's not able to take the next step, which the daughter is basically taking the next step of this is why this situation is bad. Like the mother is saying it as if it's like just a matter of fact, and this is what we have to do as women, and this, and the daughter is like, but we don't though. Like, but you know what I'm saying? Like this is what I'm saying. The mother to me recognizes that it's bad, but she's like, that's just what you have to do as a woman. And that's sad and crazy. It's sad and crazy. And you see how a lot of women sometimes they have to overcome like the patriarchy that, like women are taught the patriarchy as well. This is a mother and a daughter. So I'm sure the mother has been telling the daughter this or modeling this since the daughter was a child. You know what I mean? But the daughter never believed it. And the fact that she was able to overcome even her own, childhood, her own, what she learned as a child or whatever, it's just a testament to how strong-minded women are a lot of times. A lot of women, because women are so logical. I know men love to say that men are the most logical, but women are so logical that women will be in a situation, and even if their mothers are saying stuff to them that doesn't make sense, even if it's their own mothers, but if the mother is saying something to them that doesn't make sense, the women will still go, nah, I'm rejecting that, right? And I get that it's somewhat easier for women to do that, right? Hear me out. It's easier for women to do that because that doesn't actually benefit women. What the mother is saying, there's really no even immediate benefits to it. Right? At best, you just get a man that's going to treat you shittily. That's not a benefit. But men, we will never reject the teachings, the patriarchal teachings that we got, that we had to absorb or that we absorbed, right? Because there is like an immediate benefit to upholding the patriarchy for men. And I think that plays a lot into these dynamics. Why like women, on top of the fact that women are more logical, they're forced to be more logical, if you will, and so they are able to overcome these terrible teachings and these terrible ideologies, whereas men struggle with them mightily.
I think to keep it peace in between.
Peace for who? Peace for men?
Peace for everyone
What do you mean peace for everyone?
in a family.
So women have to keep the peace for everyone in a family. That's their task.
They are more capable of keeping the
So
peace.
you agree that we're more emotionally intelligent?
Yeah, for sure. Women are more emotionally intelligent from the beginning.
So why are we expected with that responsibility? Why are we burdened with that responsibility then?
No, if you have emotional intelligence and you are smart, you are going to make your man work more, keeping him in his place instead of fighting with the equality thing, like, the providers.
So the smart thing for a woman to do is to keep the peace of the household because that benefits her how?
Her house, her kids, her sanity.
Her sanity. Do you not think she would just be more sane if she just never got involved with that man in the first place?
Or left him.
So, okay, so if women don't involve with men, what do women do? And then men will just go and do their own thing, women will do, and there won't be any offspring.
Well, the solution definitely
producing
isn't women
babies,
adjusting.
that is fine if you decide your life like, oh, I don't want to involve with man. And
it's not about not wanting to involve with the man. It's about the pool of men that are out there right now, and it is not my job to be their therapist. It's not my job to be their teacher. It's not my job to be their mother and remother them because their mothers
It's not your job to be their peace.
coddle them the same exact way that you coddle these little brown boys.
Understand that their mothers did not train them.
They don't understand the history and the years of oppression that women have faced. It doesn't pertain to them, so they have no reason to educate themselves on that.
I like it. I like it. I like it. We go. I like it. I like when the kids start raising the parents, right? We are, hey, those of us that have grown up and matured or whatever, a lot of us have ended up having to raise our parents. We've got to educate our parents, right? It happens, you know, especially when you have kids. Especially when you have kids. A lot of us grew up with parents that didn't know how to raise kids, and we are the products of the, you know what I mean? Like, we are those kids, and we learn like they did it. They failed us in a lot of places. And then when you have kids, you start talking to your parents, and your parents start telling you stupid stuff like, that boy don't got autism. He just like to wave at everybody. And you know what I'm saying? You like, no, he got some, we need to go get him checked out. That ain't nothing. That little boy, he gonna be okay. No, we gonna go check. He gonna be okay, yeah, because we gonna go get him checked out. You know what I'm saying? Feeding the babies. Hey, you know, when you that red dye 44 shit be really hyping the babies up, man. It be disrupting their bodies and stuff like that, their minds and shit. You know, I don't like when my babies eat Skittles like that. Oh, you know, a little candy don't hurt. No, it can. It can. And then when you turn your back, they sneak in them Skittles and M&Ms and shit. Like, why? Why? That shit is crazy. But essentially, this is the women need to be a man's peace argument. And the daughter is basically saying, if his peace is coming at the cost of my peace, then how is that peace? How is that peaceful? Right? If a third of the home is not at peace, meaning me, right? So there's the children, there's the husband, and there's the wife. If the wife isn't at peace, then the house can't be at peace. Just like if the husband's not at peace, the house can't be at peace. Just like if the children aren't at peace, the house can't be at peace. Why is it always a woman's responsibility to suffer in silence, though, is the question. And if you think about what they're talking about, right? So they're talking about being a man's peace. The women who are in relationships with men and they say that they love the man and he's a great man and all of that stuff, but they're still, you know, not fulfilled. A big reason for that, and this is what a lot of these men miss, is because even in a relationship with a good man, the woman has to sacrifice. The woman has to conform. She has to lose herself. That's in the, like, I won't say best case scenario, but that's even with the nice guys. That's even with the good guys, right?
You can always tell whoever just married the guy that could afford to put together the reality that she had envisioned, because then they'll come out years later talking about some shit like, is marriage even worth it? I have a good man, but being with somebody every single day is so tough. You're a crook. This is what happens when you decide to be a fraud and then you get what you want. Like, now you won the heist and there is no escape plan that does not make you look like a criminal. Congratulations.
That's why I wholeheartedly understand what that daughter is saying. Because of men like this, the men that don't want to, remember, she said, men don't want to understand the oppression. They don't want to understand what the women have gone through or anything like that, right? That's him. She's talking about him. Because all he hears is, I got a good man, right? I got a good man. Meaning, because, and here's the thing, a good man is still not a good person. A lot of times, a good man is still not a good person. A good man, a good husband could still not be fulfilling his wife's needs. I know that sounds crazy because you're like, well, why would she call him good? Because she's grading him on a fucking scale compared to other men. That's what I'm saying. And I said this recently about myself. I'm not gonna hide behind this. Like, I'm gonna be honest with y'all because I really feel like I cracked the code on this in myself. I'm a great man. I am. I'm truly, I'm a fucking phenomenal man. I am. But I'm not a great person. I don't believe I'm a great person. But if I'm being compared to men, yeah. Oh, yeah. I won. I'll take that. If I'm being compared to fathers, oh, yeah. No, I'm the best. I'm the GOAT. Daddies, I'm the GOAT. You see what I'm saying? That's what I need for men to understand. That when women say that men are good, they're literally grading them against other men. And it's so easy to be a good man. It is so easy to be a good husband. I promise you.
Being single, I have seen so many people depressed, lonely. They
Okay,
die
I've seen
alone.
so many people in unhappy relationships. They need to be emotionally competent and capable
Emotionally,
of
they have to
containing their
step up.
emotions.
They have to be stepping up in understanding emotions a little bit better.
Yeah.
Women also not to be so stubborn about like their rights and this and that.
They should be stubborn about their rights. What do you mean?
Nana, it is like you guys are like kind of little scary.
Okay.
To
Have men not
understand.
scared women? All throughout history, men have always been in positions of power and oppressed women. Was that not
How is this scary to men? Like that, it shouldn't that tell you something? Like women having autonomy and having protections. If that's scary to men, then what does that say about men, right?
scary for women? Isn't there some sort of shift that should be changing? Shouldn't the power dynamic be changing? Why are you so worried that they're going to be scared of us? Who cares? Then that's their own thing to handle. We're not doing anything. We're just setting a standard. It's not like we're imposing some sort of like, we're not imposing violence on them or something, as they have done. We're not literally oppressing them like they've done all throughout history.
Women having rights is oppressive to me. That's how men view women having rights.
Like they've done all throughout history.
What
What do you mean, epuro? That's where we come from. What do you think happens? You raise your children in the same way. Do you not understand that that's literally how patterns get repeated generationally? What do you mean, epuro? This is still happening because they saw it in their parents' relationship. And so you're just continuing the cycle. I'm not going to continue it. Thank God I have access to knowledge and other people's experiences. I don't really need to hear input from you to change my mindset. I'm not going to teach my kids this if I have kids. What do you mean? It's not about me.
Dude, this is why kids end up going no contact with their parents. I'm not saying she's going to, because she clearly loves her mom a lot. And I'm sure her mom loves her and all of that stuff. Her mom's a victim, right? And she knows that. But the cognitive dissonance, the talking to a brick wall, the not validating, what she's saying type of like, and like, what if she has a daughter? Like, would you want your daughter to be around, like left alone with this woman? You know what I mean? Like, like you don't want your daughter to be left alone with this woman, not your young daughter. You don't want to have to like unteach her anything. You know what I'm saying? But this is why a lot of kids end up going no contact with their parents, because they have these parents that won't grow up, that refuse to learn, refuse to grow, refuse to adapt. And you're modern. You're the modern woman. You're the modern man. You've done all of this work on yourself, and you've had to unlearn and unpack a ton of trauma that they put you through. And then when you're talking to them about it, they're like, you're not, it's not that serious. They're just so dismissive. And you're just like, you know what? Fuck you. Have fun with your life. I'm going to have my own life. Why am I, why am I talking to you, upsetting myself, right? Like, you're not getting upset. You're not triggered. You're definitely not as triggered as I am. Like, I don't want to go through this shit. I don't want to, and you of all people, I'm not going to let you judge me. Like, what the fuck? You don't know what you're talking about. How dare you judge me? Like, I'm not saying this is what she's going through or what she's going to end up doing. I hope that her mother adjusts, but I completely understand if she does. Because this is serious, man. Like, this is what I'm saying. I try to wrap my brain around it every single time, but like, I like imagine, but I'm black, obviously, but like, I couldn't imagine like talking to my mom about my experiences as being black, being like a black person, and my mom being like, "Oh, you just gotta be like more docile. You have to, calm down." You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, black people got it kind of bad, but not that bad. Like, I'd be like, "What? Excuse me, ma'am? Excuse me, sir." Like, thank God. Like, for whatever shortcomings my parents may have, being a coon is not one of well, no, my daddy a coon because he be talking about black women's hair and shit. That's coon. That's coon shit to me. But outside of that, though, he ain't a coon in that regard. Like he would, he understood, like he would consider himself to be a black nationalist. That's neither here nor there. But my mama, though, I could talk to my mama about black shit. She'd be like, "Oh yeah, no, I get it, baby." Like, we can connect on that one. We can connect on that one. I couldn't imagine being a woman talking to my mama about being a woman, and my mama is gaslighting me about being a woman. Like, what the fuck? Hell no. Hell no. Pack it up. Pack all this shit up. I'm out. I'm leaving.